Hey people, Indrid here, February 3, SD Province, Blue Team. Val.Hero as a brother captain, a durable hero walking through objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support fighting in melee. Alongside is this guy as an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee. Begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura, can get a ranged weapon too. You've got some Blood Ravens. Looks like the Imperial fists recolored to Blood Ravens, I think. And rounding off the team, the great Cornholio as a Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects. Very good offense, disruption, and support from the front lines. This is the Death Skulls elite scheme. Got double sluggers up there. I'm not sure if this is the Cornholio of old or someone has stolen their name. Red team, ZeroCry as an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons. Alongside is Rambo as a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support in bright yellow. And rounding off the teams, Rusted Kickin as a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption fighting in melee. World Eaters elite scheme here up against a Warboss on the east side. Some heavyweights over there. Warlock pushes through the mid. Lots of pew-pew from the Guardians. Kickin has shown up, but it's going to be tricky now. Warlock off the field, although... Oh, they got the Apothecary off the field. It's an even-ish fight now, I think, here in the mid. Guardian has grabbed the wreck point. Warboss thinks about moving in. Thinks again. On the west side, pushing through is Val.Hero. Got some guardsmen in the bunker there. I'm not sure what this Inquisitor's up to. They have Xenos and Chaos fellas on their team. They're not a very good Inquisitor. Maybe they just really hate Orks and they're willing to put up with anything to murder some Orks. But you're on the wrong side of the map, lady. Heretics fleeing. Havoc's on the way for Kickin, and Rangers on the field for Rambo. Attrition Devils coming up for Cry. Stormtroopers almost wiped there for Val.Hero. These Strat Squad fellas are also getting quite low. They're trying to finish off this Inquisitor alongside the brother captain. That was Attrition Devils raining down grenade launcher stuff. Inquisitor's going to try and get Ham of the Witches. It does not kill the model. Must have targeted the one that had more health, I guess. Unlucky for Cry. Brother captain is still in play, but needs to retreat soon. There we go, retreating out. And the guardsman can grab this contested western victory point. Who's fallen over? It's a Warboss. Havocs, maybe they got too close to those Havocs there. Apothecary heals themselves. No XP at all in the Space Marine army yet. How is that possible? Have they not killed a Guardian or a Heretic or something? Rangers doing their thing, disrupting from long range with their kinetic pulse. 2-1 early on for the red team. VP still nice and even. I don't think anyone's really pushed through onto the power yet. Lots of mid fights. We did see Val.Hero push through. Warlock revives the Inquisitor. Almost a level now on that Warlock. Purgation for Val.Hero with those incinerators to slow down infantry. And just deal some good area of effect damage as well. Pride did have some more Catechins on the way there. Val.Hero into interceptors. Looks like they are going to wait for those interceptors before they push as well. Double looters for Cornholio. And double tax for the Apothecary. Rangers taking pot shots at them. Any war gear for the Warlock? No war gear. They should be able to break through quite easily with those interceptors up Val.Hero. Marines drop a model. The Storm Bolter in for the Apothecary now. Looks like a boss pole for the Warboss, yep. Which does affect those Space Marine allies. I mean, Orks supported by an Apothecary healing is quite scary. Warboss going for the enhanced custom shooter. Ready for some Dakar of his own. Don't get to see this war gear very often. Pretty good though. Over 30 piercing DPS, keeps the DPS of his melee weapon as well, and gets shoot 'em good. for some disruption. Can use it to shut down the enemy Chaos Lord. Maybe look at the damage on the Apothecary. Barely gets out. 13 hit points. Gen's going up on this power point here. Grenade for the Rangers. It's a good hit. Kills one. Nothing there to follow up with DPS though. Orks are finally pushing forward a bit. Looters still being relatively defensive as a setup team. Combi flame it in for the Chaos Lord. Warlock jumping on some tacks. Warboss goes in. Thinks again. Didn't want to get grenaded, I think. The west side. Val.Hero's to push through onto the power with the Purgation. Interceptors alongside the Brother Captain took a beating, but they made it out. Brother Captain continues to push, trying to create space for this power bash. Purgation doing their best. They get one gen down. Here comes Ham of the Witches. Strike Squad. Where were you guys? Well, here they are now. Eating a stomp. Sentinel is very low for ZeroCry. Inquisitor gets in on the Purgation. They are using the Cleanse by Flame thing, whatever it's called. Purge by Fire. Something like that. Mind Blades up on the Strike Squad. Could try and get a kill. Might have not been worth it in the end to spend that red. They only got one gen down. Although they didn't lose too many models. They lost an Interceptor and a Purgation fella. Not too bad. 397 to 480 on the VPs. Tier 2s all round. Feels like about 6 or 7 minute tier 2 all round here. Manticore on the way for Cry immediately. Gonna punish those Purgation fellas. Apothecary runs, Marines run. Warlock level 2 does not have any war gear still. Battle equipment all round though for the Guardians, and they're all getting Warlocks in tier 2 as well. They're bashing the node. Do they want to steal this? Here comes the Warboss. Raking cover and then just leaving. Red team are taking the west side, are they? Oh, not really. Sentinel decapped it, probably. Improvised explosive up on this west side now. Attrition Devil is trying to grab that wreck point. Here come the Interceptors and the Purgation. Not sure where the Strike Squad are. Oh, they're there. They're coming. Where the Interceptors hit. I think they should just go straight for the Inquisitor, actually. There's a crippling volley. And Excruciator's in as well, so she's going to be pretty good at controlling melee squads and their movement. Manticore is up. You just saw the first strike there. These guys getting stomped and stunned. Apothecary going in. Catachums take the garrison. Might get burned out of it, though. Inquisitor trying to keep them tied up so they can't do that. Here comes some support. Big assist here from Rambo. Grenades on retreat could be nasty. Old reliable grenade launcher gets a model off those fellas. Can they finish him? They did not even try to chuck the grenades, actually. Tried to just take them out with ranged fire. Didn't work out. But now they have grenades to use in this fight. With double tax. Upgraded with tactical marine sergeants. Autark dropped in. Gets rid of them. And there's the jumpy heal weapon damage buff thing. She also grants a damage resistance aura. I believe it's 15%, but it might be 10 or something these days. It's pretty good. Autark getting the Executioner now. And a Razorback on the way for the Apothecary player. Nothing up in tier 2 yet from the eastern players though. Rusted, Kickin and Cornholio, unless they've got something up and lost it already, which does happen. Speaking of losing things, quickly, Autark is down. Jumped into a bunch of melee orcs and it didn't go too well after that. Did they get full auto as well or something? Maybe. Armor of the Apothecarian is up, so is the improved medical equipment. Scout's getting very, very close. Looking for a grenade maybe, but that was super risky. And they are blasted to death. And they show no fear. Popped on these tacks here. Slows them down, but gives them great defensive buffs. 361 to 457. Grenade is dodged. Attacks are getting low, though. Triple Guardians pumping out some good damage, eh? Maybe we'll see Enhance as well. Maybe it's already up, actually. Warlock is down. 353 to 457. West side, Val.Hero pushing through again. But was that Strat Squad getting wiped? That was Purgation getting wiped over there, I believe, from the Chaos Space Marines with Markov Zinch and an aspiring champion. Missiles could be nasty. Oh, they need to hit it on that central model to get the most out of those shots. That's the frag missiles going in there, anti-infantry things. Inquisitor, now with the Liber Heresius to help her use all of her abilities more often, because she's got a bunch of them now. East side, War Truck time from the Great Cornholio. It's got the upgrade. Warboss is not inside. Double Sluggers are. Here they are. Don't have their burners yet. Oh, one of them does. But they're not burning down the gens, they're just smacking them. Chaos Lord going through the mid, levels up to what? To 2, with Armor of the Inferno. They are supporting this side. There's some Corn Worship for +2 speed, and these fellas with an autocannon, a vicious weapon for those Havocs. 309 to 457 on the VPs. Razorback with his anti-infantry heavy bolters. Doing some decent work along the west side. Attritions flee. There's some assail from the Inquisitor before she left. Don't you need to channel that? She ran off and they were still assailed. Let the Galaxy burn on the tax. Hits them a little bit. These guys have a good spot though. Good cover over there for those Chaos Space Marines. But they want to be shooting at Marines, not against a Razorback. And Interceptors then show up and spoil their fun. Tier 3 for Kickin. Rambo on the way there. Val.Hero has a Vindicare Assassin. Sub-commander for the Ordo Malleus. Powerful rifle that can damage infantry and larger targets and vehicles. Mantle of Terror in. Battle Rights was up there. That was that green effect you saw. These guys are trying to steal this power, I think. Apothecary getting very close to it, or they want to decap immediately. Here come the Havocs with an autocannon. Nasty weapon. They can outshoot them. Oh, and they can stun that lead model with the autocannon itself. Kraken bolts popped on both of those guys. I think only one of those models was in heavy cover there. On the west side, kicking off. Manticore Strike coming in. Psych out grenade, suppressing these Imperial Guard infantry, and the Inquisitor's fallen over. But I think they're going to grab this side. Vindicare taking shots and moving. Chaos Predator on the field for Kickin. Yep, they stole it. They're noding this power. It's a 1-to-1 cap. Decent amount of firepower here for the Apothecary. And they could get plasma guns up if they want to punish Chaos Terminators or something later on. But probably not worth the expense at the moment. They go tier 3. Vindicare is a big danger to that Sentinel. Bursty damage from long range. Sentinel backs off. That was target acquired, you saw in it there, which gives vision of the target when you shoot it. Something the Vindicare Assassin can do. Pitched battle here then. Trying to outshoot the Eldar. Chaos Space Marines running in though with that dangerous Markov Zinch upgrade. And here's a tank. Sluggers run off. Everything's infiltrated there by the hollow fields, I imagine, of the Rangers. Yeah, Tax got shot up quite badly, and here come Havocs. War Truck needs to be careful of those fellas. Looters now trying to suppress the Eldar. Can they do it? They did not get suppressed. They refused to be suppressed there. Tier 3 for Cornholio. And now for Val.Hero. Everyone's in or going tier 3. Avatar of Cain on the way for Rambo. Tons of resources for Kickin. It might be that they're waiting for the red to get Terminators, or they just want a big, stompy, special super unit. Chaos Lord, well played, Kickin. Got the revive and then timed the kill the weak perfectly to get the heal there. 270 to 444. I think those guys are okay. They barely made it out, but they did made it out. 130 odd hit points on those guys, I think, when they retreated on 3 models. Heretics are capping the west side. This Razorback is done for. Runs into an infiltrated tank and goes down. It's got the Mark of Corn. Little bit more speed and more DPS on the guns. Terminators hit the field now for the Apothecary. Going Cyclone Missile Launcher. 50 power. It's very expensive, but it's quite powerful anti-vehicle. Got some Plasma Stormtroopers here. And what is this? Warboss got through onto the natural victory point. I think they're going to grab it. I think they're going to grab it unless the Chaos Door can let the Galaxy burn them off. Nope. No burning. Warboss just leaves. Maybe. Does he want to fight? Oh, they shoot him good. But they were able to start the cap. Or rather, start the decap before it kicked in. Avatar is heading to the west side. Here comes a bunch of Guardians. With a weight of fire against that Warboss. Could kill the weak as well from Kickin again. Meanwhile, Apothecary fell over in the mid. Not sure what happened to him. Got sniped, maybe. Did you guys just teleport in? Terminator's getting very aggressive. Avatar is there. More infiltration. They've struggled a bit with that. Do they have anything that can spot infiltration? The Stormtrooper Sergeant, maybe? I don't even know if they have it. It's operatives that are the detector for Ordo Malleus, right? Cornholio with flash kits up. Terminator's getting messed up. Inquisitor can be very powerful against Terminators with her control abilities, such as a sail, as you saw there. Especially if they can lock them down for a Manticore strike. The Manticore did go down at some point, but here's a new one for Cry, and they have a Lehman Russ now. There's a Cyclone Missile Launcher. Not sure what they were aiming at. Were they aiming at the Avatar? Beamy Looters getting shots here. They might want to get their asses to the actual west side. They're trying to cover this approach. And the Lehman Russ has gone Executioner, which is quite powerful against Terminators again. They got away with 2 models, though. That's not too bad. Great Unclean One on the field for Rusted Kickin. Big super unit for Chaos. Passively damages nearby enemies, has some nasty abilities, and good chunk of melee damage on him, too. I wonder if we're going to see Paladins from Val.Hero. They can almost get them up. Not sure if they have something else in mind. Stormtroopers get wrecked and down they go. Could be problematic if they want to get a Crusader, then now they can't repair it. There's that battle right heal. But these guys are getting too close to an Avatar's big old sword. Avatar and Great Unclean One on the same team now. Cyclone does some decent work against the Lehman Russ. Red team fully reinforcing this side, but here come the Orks. Inquisitor got close for a Purgatus and died. Great Unclean One, some vomit. Oh, that was a big hit on those Marines. That messed them up. And that's a Manticore. Would have been some nasty hits if they didn't retreat, but there's a rocket run. Is that going to wipe them? Did it wipe them? No, that was just 2 models of the same squad. 181 to 420. East side. Orks marauding through. Maybe they could bash this power quickly with the double sluggers. Yeah, double sluggers with burners should make very short work of this. I think it's worth doing. Warlock is, at the moment, defending the VP with their warp throw. Something gets close, they just chuck it away. Looks like they don't want to power bash, they want to go for the VP maybe. And they can't do much about this tank. War truck is going to go down. There it goes. Sluggers run. Did they have enough time there to bash? I think they maybe could have bashed a couple of gens in that small amount of time. Interceptor's getting too close to big scary melee fellas, and that's a Nurgle Vomit almost wiping out those interceptors. And they almost got wiped again by the foul snare. Amazing that they got away, actually. 160 to 420. Big VP lead for the red team. Looking quite powerful on the west side. But now Val.Hero has some Paladins, and there they are. And they are buffed up by battle rights. by a Canticle of Absolution, and the ward is on them. The Brother Captain can support units so incredibly well, maybe more than any other hero actually, even more than a Farseer. I mean, a lot of the Apothecary support revolves around healing, which they excel at. But when it comes to just making units better, is there anything better than a Brother Captain? They've got We Are the Hammer, Battle Rights, Ward, they could also get Bulwark, and they've got their globals. 160 to 416. A curious place for a bunker. Oh, they're just trying to block and save the Manticore. Seems like it worked. Apothecary then steals the bunker. But the Manticore was saved. Looks like Rambo has a fire prism as well. Where's the D-cannon gone? It's hanging out back at base at the moment. Hold VPs now, says Val.Hero. 160 to 412. Can the blue team mount a comeback? They are getting a natural. There's the 2-to-1. Might need something there to hold it permanently. Not sure what would be the best thing. The Warboss would be pretty good with Shoot 'em Good and a Stomp. But they probably want them on the front lines because of the boss pole. 160 to 403. Double flash gets up for Cornholio. They don't have their blasters though. I'm not sure why, because they'd be really good against the Avatar and the Great Unclean One. And the infantry in general. Crippling volley. And those Catechins were busy laying down an explosive to explode on their faces there. Blue team still holding the west side, even though there's not much here really. I mean, the red team don't know this. They can't see what we could see. Who's this here? Flash kits. Oh, now they have blasters. Sluggers pushing through the mid, maybe looking at the VP again. Red team pushing a bit on the west side. Paladins backing off. Those guys cannot retreat, remember, so they can get into big trouble if the Inquisitor can get some abilities on them. Great Unclean One just wrecked something. Interceptors teleported in and died so fast. I think they did a cloud of flies. Oh, Vindicator goes down. There's Canticle of Absolution to help out the Paladins with health and energy regen. It's really powerful. But the Captain has to flee. There's a Holy Grounds up from the Paladins. Increasing speed of allies and slowing down enemies. They might need to use it to get out of here. They have their teleport, I guess. Did the Inquisitor die? She's alive now. Oh, she's still there. Lost the indicator for her, but she didn't die. Meanwhile, Catechins throw up their smoke and try to cap. Here comes some guardsmen to take it over. Sackler missile launcher, more for disruption there. So much stuff on this side. Great Unclean One, Avatar, tank, and a fire prism. It's a lot of things that could disrupt and knock you off caps. Another Demon Russian away for ZeroCry. The Apothecary lost some tactical marines, got a land raider on the way though. Paladins using their, what is it called, Onslaught or something? I can't remember what that thing is called. I think Onslaught is the Chaos Lords thing. It's cool though. Use it to knock those guardsmen off the cap. Some fellas busy repairing now. Through the mid, our Warboss goes down. Shot up by Mark of Tzeentch. Chaos Space Marines, level 4 Mark of Tzeentch fellas. Chaos Lord now has lightning claws. That was an Eldritch. What were they going for? Not sure. Another Manticore on the way for Cry. Blue team looking kind of depleted really. 160 to 354. Look at the resources for Kickin. Floating like absolute mad. I'm not sure that's a great fight for you, Strike Squad. I mean, what else do they go after here? The Guardsmen? There's a lot of stuff. Land Raider is up. Apothecary gets some Stern Guard in as well. They can use Vengeance rounds against these big fellas. And there's the Canticle of Absolution again to keep those Paladins going. How much does it cost? They've used it like 3 or 4 times. I thought it was quite expensive. I thought it was like 175. Vortimer Razorback on the way for Val.Hero. There's the Battle Rights as well. And there's Ward up on the Paladins now. Trying to use it to escape, I think. They're in Holy Ground's range, so they're getting the speed. So are those Terminators. Brother Captain went down. Land Raider is in play. You can reinforce off this thing as well as heal up and retreat back to it. I mean, Terminators can't retreat, but they can use it to reinforce. Should be handy. Flash kits. Doing flash kit things. Are you reinforcing, guys? They are not reinforcing. Triple cap for the red team. There's a very mean-looking Chaos Lord staring down some commandos here. What level are you, bud? Level 5 Chaos Lord with demonic visage as well. Stern Guard, sneaky Stern Guard, get the decap. Oh, maybe not. D-cannon ripped them apart. In fact, it was a double D-cannon shot there, doing damage over time, which is nasty. There's some advanced healing, helping get those paladins back into top shape. And there's that Vortimer. But they're so outgunned on this side. I mean, they have the VP right now. They do have it. Are the D-cannons going to stay here? Maybe they think they have enough on that west side to get it back. There's double Manticores and a Fire Prism. I don't know how they were able to cap. I guess you can't knock back the Paladins and the Terminators. But Manticore Strike should mess them up quite good. Alright, Orks. Are you going for that VP? I guess you have to. They do have some fast capping commandos now. These guys are reinforcing. Warboss is still on level 2. Can't really throw their weight around too much on the VP. Meanwhile, red team biding their time for now. Apothecary, yeah, they have really bad power income, the blue team. This got bashed, and so did this. They haven't replaced the generators. Maybe the Apothecary should. They do have a decent amount of requisition here. Some Stormtroopers hit the field for Val.Hero to help with repairs, I imagine. Attritions to pop their smoke grenade. They are edging forward, the red team. Double Executioner Lehman Russes. Don't get to see that very often. Usually vanquishes are preferred. Double cap for blue. Manticore Strikes going in. A little bit of friendly fire from them maybe. Great Unclean One charging through. Avatar now showing up. Paladins in the back lines. Getting rid of some Havocs. Now going after a tank. There is the Canticle of Absolution again. And they wrecked that tank so fast. Going after a Lehman Russ now. Canticle keeping them alive. There's the Holy Grounds. I guess they used their battle rights already. Avatar and Great Unclean One trying to push through. Now the Fire Prism getting shots on the Land Raider. 92 to 257. Nothing going on really through the mid. It's all on this west side. Paladin still going. Tearing apart a Fire Prism now. They may not get away from this though. Down they go. Double Executioners just messed them up. Achieved a lot. But not having them around now is a big blow. There's Battle Rights again. And that Warding Staff is a power weapon, right? Yeah, it's a pretty good power weapon. Oh, Eldritch just takes out the Land Raider too. Blue team went for a big old push, or rather defended a big old push, but they couldn't hold on. And they're probably done for now. There's 2 Manticore Strikes going in. Apothecary player, I think, just lost a bit too much. Couldn't recover quickly enough. Couldn't hold on to their power. There's Ward up on those Terminators. One last hurrah for those fellas. What are they doing? Oh, they're trying to melee the tank. Tanks get the Vortimer down. Here's some more Terminators. They might be able to get one of the Lehman Russes down if they go into melee mode, but they're just kind of standing there at the moment. Oh, and there's Crippling Volley. Use Your Choppers was put on them. Maybe if Use Your Choppers was thrown on the Paladins a few times, and some Ard Boys and stuff, that would have helped them out a lot. Maybe it was and I just didn't see it. But there's Ard Boys on those Terminators you just saw. 54 to 249. More Terminators here, but there's the concede from the blue team. They just lost too much stuff. Level 7, Brother Captain. Doing a whole bunch of support stuff, keeping those Paladins going. Apothecary was level 5. We did see some advanced healing, but it's hard to keep near those Paladins being used so offensively and advanced healing them. Warboss level 3 and down. Had a level 5 Inquisitor. Did have Purgatus. The Warlock level 6. Oh, did have Witchblade of Kernus and Providence. And Warp Throw. And the level 7 Chaos Lord with those claws. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.